Hello, good morning, it's Richard here. This is golf video review on this Big Max Dri Lite bag. Bear with me. Let's take it down. Right, good morning folks. I'm a bit tired today. Had a dinner party last night that went on a bit, didn't drink, but still tired, I'm old. I need my sleep. Anyway. So first of all, you can see in the description of this video that I have had a lot of golf bags. I've had a lot of golf gear. There's a couple of other videos I've done just talking about golf stuff generally. I've spent £107,000 on golf gear since I got into it in 2007 or 8, forgotten now. Obviously I've sold this stuff, so I spent all that money, but got some of it back, not all of it sadly. But golf bags, this is my 104th golf bag. Yep, I've had 104 golf bags. 16 of those have been the Nike Hybrid stand bag, and there's a good reason for that. So just quickly before I get into the review on this, because it has been out on the course with me, both on a trolley, and I've carried it, and I've got wet with it. It's waterproof bag, or water resistant as Big Macs call it, is to say is what your expectations are of a golf bag. Mine are very high, unfortunately, and I'm bitterly disappointed by things in life all the time because my expectations are too high, really. I only want to have one bag in my world. I really just want to have one carry bag that I can use on a trolley that does everything I want it to do. So really I want a cart bag or trolley bag, whatever you like to call it, that does, but in a carry bag. My carry bag to do everything a trolley bag can do. Now the Nike Hybrid stand bag is the closest that you'll ever get to that, which is why I've had so many of them. I sold my last one actually about, I don't know, a few months ago now for £135, which I kind of regret, apart from the fact that it's the best bag. If you look on eBay now, they're going for £200 or more, which is crazy because they're an old bag. I think the last one you could buy new was probably 4 years ago. So a lot of them are even older than that. My friend Craig, he just sold his, which was the version before mine. So it was about 8 years old, and they sold it for 93 quid, which is ridiculous. But anyway, so I've been on the prowl for a stand bag that does everything that a trolley bag does and is as good as a night bag, and there isn't one. But this Big Max Dri Lite, it does some good things and it does some not as good things. So I'm just going to tell you what you need to know really before you buy it. The first thing to say, and this applies to any waterproof bag, the pockets just aren't as pliable. The material is stiffer, it's not stretchy, you just can't get as much gear in them. When you open up the pockets, the aperture, I mean, I've got a tiny bit of pressure here on my hand to open that. That is not very wide, nor will it be. They just don't open as wide as pockets on a non-waterproof bag. So you'll never get quite as much stuff in here either. The rain hood that comes with this one takes up probably a quarter of all of this space in here anyway. It's huge. So waterproof bags, they just don't, drop down a little bit. Waterproof bags just don't give you the same amount of room as a non-waterproof bag. So that's the first thing to say. Aspirations on pockets. I like a lot of pockets. This has got, I'd say, adequate amount really. The ball pocket at the front is big, very big, way bigger than, I don't know why they make ball pockets so big really, because you never, I mean, you could probably get 50 golf balls in there, probably more. So I've been using that pocket if I need, well, I haven't needed to yet, but I might do in the winter when it's really wet and whatnot, to double up to put some additional things in. One thing that Big Macs haven't done, which you'll find on some of the other bags, can you see this zip here? Bring it a little bit closer. It's got a little hood. The zip goes underneath it to prevent rain getting in at the weak point, because the rest of the zip here is lined with a sort of a plastic waterproof material, so water can't get into that. I've done the same on this side zip. Oh, go there. That's also got one. But they have not done that. They have not done that on these zips here. So potentially, if you live somewhere very wet, even if you pull these up together, there is a small gap there. Likewise here. So not every single zip is a waterproof, or storm zip as they can call it. So I guess that's one small negative. Depends how wet the place is you're playing and how important that is to you. But just to note it, the other zips. So on the main apparel pocket, you get one up here. You get one here as well for your valuables pocket, and you also get one here. So that's a quick thing on the zips. One thing I would say about the big apparel pocket on the outside here is, can you just about make out here that from the edge of the bag to the width of this pocket, there's probably about an inch or so. Usually what happens with pockets on the outside of bags, there's a zip, but all that happens is when you open it, you just impede on the space inside the main apparel pocket. It doesn't actually give you, it gives you a separate place to put your goodies, but the actual space itself just impedes in on the main pocket. But this one actually sticks out a little bit. It's kind of over on a, sorry, nightmare. It's actually over, go away. So that is literally on the outside of the bag and doesn't impede too much on the inside here. Depends how stuff full of, I suppose you make it. But that's a bit of a bonus, so that's a better idea. Obviously the one where your wallet goes in, come here, unwieldy thing. I should have taken my clubs out, shouldn't I? That would help. Where are we? Yeah, this one is flush. So anything you put in there takes up the space from inside. So it's reasonably roomy, but it's not mega roomy. It's certainly not as roomy as the old Nike one that I mentioned before. So that's okay. What else do you get that's good? Because there are some things about this bag that are a bit annoying and a bit less good. This handle, it's a canvas kind of handle, but it is strong. The bag weighed down. You've got a Velcro bit here for your glove. I've also put one here. It's funny actually, if I'm using it on a trolley, I'll use that. If I'm carrying, I'll just take my glove off and put it in my pocket. But it's better to have than not. The straps, not as thick as a Sun Mountain, but thicker than a lot of other bags. Pretty comfy. Slight small word of warning, don't really warning. The other day when I carried this, I was wearing a base layer and a golf t-shirt, which, as you know, that kind of technical material is kind of shiny. These were a little bit slippy. So I pulled the strap up as tight as I could, and it left this rather annoying, big, dangly bit of material. Now, on lots of bags, not just a Nike one I keep going on about, but lots of bags, you'll be able to get this rather irritating, long, dangly bit and put it back in on itself through that loop, and it would sort of hold it up here a little bit. That loop space is too small for it to go back through again. So lots of unnecessary dangle. Small thing, but a thing. Another annoying bit about this, these legs, when I'm carrying it, with it bouncing on my backside, they're doing this as I'm walking along. They're not strong enough as a carry bag just to hold themselves against the bag. My friend Craig, who I played with, he's also just bought one of these as well, different colour, exactly the same. Walking along, the legs are doing this underneath you. That's a bit annoying. Yeah. It does fit on the trolley perfectly because you've got A, the legs are down here, and B, you've got a recessed foot. Now, there's a problem with a recessed foot. And that problem is, I'm going to drop this camera down a bit more. Sorry, it's not very good. Now, see these clubs here are, I don't know, like one and a bit finger to the edge of that underside of the blade of the club. When you put it down, it squashes. You can see that? It's gone up. Pushes all of the clubs up when you put it down. And that is because they put the mechanism inside the bag. It's actually the foot bit here that is inside the bag. So they've done that so that it sits on your trolley well, although there are other brands who do it differently. Ping bags tend to be like this. Cobra bags tend to be like this as well. But what it means is, whilst it looks kind of nice and neat, is, let me just put this back up just a tiny little bit, that when you push it on the ground, your clubs come up. I find that annoying. And the other thing is with it as well, is because the foot is now at an angle inside the bag, the clubs at the very bottom of your bag, they can get a little bit stuck on that foot system as well. That's a bit annoying. Not a deal breaker, but a little bit annoying. The other thing about this, supposed to be full length dividers, are 14 full length dividers. It's actually not. I'm tempted to write to Big Max actually about it. My putter and driver shaft quite happily meet on their way down and get stuck on one another. That is bloody annoying, especially when I specifically bought it. Well, one of the reasons is 14-way divider, because I've got C-taper, it got stuck. I've got C-taper shafts which scratch very easily. If I had a, there you go, look, they're stuck on another shaft. Probably my driver shaft. This shaft, there you go. Pulled that one up, it's dropped down. They're not all the way down. If they are all the way down, you can't. It's hard to feel. The top, this one here, you can feel. It's definitely not. It's not sturdy enough. The material, how they've made it, to prevent clubs touching one another. And of course, because this bag is extremely light, which is a plus point. There's no frame in it as well, so if you've got any of the pockets absolutely stuffed to the brim, the clubs on the outside are going to find it they're going to find it even harder to go down, because they'll just get stuck on the edges of the bag. So that's not absolutely ideal either. You know, I really wish that somebody would just take the old Nike hybrid design and just update it slightly. The only two things about that Nike bag that were less good is a heavy bag, and the straps weren't really padded enough, but other than that, it did everything perfectly. Anyway, back to this one. Another thing, there's no designated putter kind of chute here. They're all square kind of holes. I'm currently using a blade putter, so it's got like a booty cover, and it's obviously just keeps squashing the bottom of it because it can't go in and lodge itself in anyway, because there isn't a proper putter well. If you're using a mallet putter, of course, that wouldn't matter, because it would just, you know, hang off the edge, whichever pocket you choose to use. But blade putter, annoying. Less important, but for using it on a trolley, the Nike bags, I think Callaway do this as well now, and there are a few others. You can take the straps off, they're like a quick release, this little clip, boink, so you can put it on your trolley without the straps getting in your way. Can't do that on this one. They're looped, they're sort of permanently fixed. So, yeah, can't do that. Just coming around the other side here, this is your cooler pocket. It's actually reasonably big. Bigger than I expected it to be for a cooler pocket. I had a 500ml bottle of Diet Coke in there the other day, a couple of sandwiches, protein bar. There's still a little bit more room, it's all right. Not too sure what the point of this one is though. That is the tiniest pocket. You'd probably get a chocolate bar in it. Yeah, a bit pointless that one really. But yeah, cooler pocket is fairly sizable, that's pretty good. Padding's okay, and it was pretty comfy to carry, to be honest with you. That's yeah, I'll give it plaudits for that. It's comfy, the padding's good. So I paid 141 for this. They're about 150 typically. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but the price of golf bags has just gone up and up and up and up. They're just stupid money now. I was tempted to get another Sun Mountain 4.5. I've had one of those before. That's £200, but it's not a perfect bag for some different reasons. I begrudge paying 200 odd quid to get another Nike hybrid bag. Shouldn't have sold mine, but they are old after all. So it's like, well, what do you do? What do you do? So, is this bag worth 150 quid? I don't think any bag really is worth that these days. It's stupid, but they are what they are. I think versus other waterproof bags, it's probably one of the cheapest on the market and one of the most functional. So value for money, then yes, I don't think you're going to get many other bags. Callaway ones are like 180 odd pounds. Well, you pay 200 plus easily for waterproof, let alone just carry. So I guess good value from that point of view. And plus points on it, yes, it sits on my trolley perfectly. When I took it out and it didn't rain heavy, but obviously being waterproof, that was just handy. The rain just came off. So that's a plus point. It does have just about enough space really for everything that you want. Could you use it as your one bag fits all? Well, I'm going to anyway for the time being. I think you probably can, but it's not perfect for that. But I say there are a few negatives. They're not perfect full length dividers. So if you think that's what you're getting, you're just not. The foot recess is a tiny bit annoying with the clubs bobbing up when you put them down. That's a little bit of an irritation for me. The putter well, if you've got a blade putter, so just a touch annoying. Might be being a bit OCD here, but that's a little bit annoying as well. But overall, I'd say value for money for a waterproof bag. Is that a chip on the bottom of my? Value for money, I don't think you can beat it. It is comfortable. It does do pretty much everything that you want. But you might think when it comes back around to summer, I'm going to have a proper trolley bag, maybe. Yeah, anyway, just waffling a bit now, but yeah, let me know what you think. If you've got any questions about this, please put them in the comment section down below. And in fact, if you've got any questions about any golf bag, really, you name a brand, I've had the bag. 104, admittedly 16 of those have all been Lite Hybrid bags, just different colours. But I've had every carry bag, yeah, and trolley bag you can probably care to mention, along with 180 drivers and 200 odd wedges and 150 putters and whatever. It's all on a spreadsheet because I am that sad. Like its head cover, by the way. Anyway, Richard out. Thank you for watching.